days could go by before you let go of your Nintendo joystick and cave into societal pressures such as going to work or taking a shower. But believe it or not, there's actually a game out there which forces you to go to work and take showers. And while to someone who's never played it, a game like The Sims may sound about as exciting as yard work, this life simulator is one addictive mother. It's funny, engrossing, intellectually stimulating. Alas, what does it say about us as people, though, where the most popular PC game of all time has us simulating life and not living it? Hello? Chew on that while we take a break. And steel yourselves because the #1 game of all time is within spitting distance. Does John Madden throw the final punch? Or can a crafty shooter come back with an impressive Counter-Strike? Stick around and find out who's numero uno from the top 100 games of all time. For one reason or another, there's always been one certainty when it comes to video games. People love to shoot. From Marathon to Medal of Honor, there have been tons of shooters. When it comes to pulling the trigger, though, in the first person, you can't pull a much better one than Half-Life. Where Half-Life became full was by spawning a huge mod community with the release of Counter-Strike, the multiplayer online match of terrorist counter-terrorists. For its massive impact, the testosterone generator winds up in 6th. But, come on, let's not kid ourselves. When it comes to testosterone, football is king, and when it comes to the monarchy of football, Your Highness goes by the name of John Madden.
Madden 2003 rules beyond comprehension. It taught me the rules of football when I played that. And I realized what was going on, and I'm like, oh, okay, I see the rules, and I actually got the real game thanks to the video game.
My favorite game in the universe would probably be Madden. Madden football.
Madden's the staple game for all the gaming systems. It's the game that everybody plays. It's the games that the pros play, that the kids play, that everybody plays.
While Madden showcases some of the hardest hits around, there are other places you can turn to if you're looking to administer a punishing blow. When you're looking to switch gear from sport to blood sport, then draw your curtains, fire up your PCs and PS2s, and beg God for mercy as you dip into the heavenly delight of Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
I think we have a deal, my friend.
Grand Theft Auto, God bless young kids that try to break away from the big corporation and go, let's just do this crazy idea.
Grand Theft Auto, you started out, you could walk anywhere you wanted in that world, and you could, drive a car, and you could, knock down people, or you could knock down lampposts, and it was a huge sense of freedom. It was almost like a playground.
Yeah, Ian does love Grand Theft Auto. He'll go on the bus and start Grand Theft Auto over from the beginning just to be able to play video games 24/7.
It's a game. Okay, it's not real life, it's just a game.
While it's easy to see how a game that allows you to play with pimps and bangers and hoes can be a vice, it's kind of difficult to figure out how a game with falling shapes can stack on top of it. But that's exactly what Tetris did. As jobs were lost and homes were broken as a result of its billion-watt tractor beam that sucked you in mercilessly and never let you go, Tetris didn't pose much of a problem at first, but as you got better, it got faster, and it pushed your eye-hand coordination to its utmost limits. Just one game, right? Yeah, whatever. Anyways, vodka may score high in some groups, but I don't care what anyone says, Tetris is Russia's finest hour. It's also our third-place game, and you know what that means? You know what that means? This is it, folks. We've plowed through 98 of the greatest games ever to grace a home, arcade, or portable. And while each title was uniquely brilliant in its own right, there can be only one. And when it came to the best games of all time, our judges sang the praises of two series, Legend of Zelda and Doom. And while those games weren't similar in any way, shape, or form, their creation had one mutual result. Millions of hours of glee giving to gamers the globe over. But don't take my word for it, listen to these guys.
Doom, I remember downloading that shareware back years ago, and just to be looking through the eyes of the character was so phenomenal at the time. It was really new, and you had to get used to the fact that all you were going to see was what the character saw.
play a space marine who essentially has to go through hell to save yourself and the planet. I mean, literally, you travel through rings of fire in the depths of hell to, you know, come back out and survive and save the planet.
I don't know what the rush is of being able to walk around and blow people away, but it's been there ever since you went to Carnival and you got to shoot the ducks, right?
Legend of Zelda is a fantasy story that I believe is on par with Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings as one of the great fantasy stories that have ever been told.
The significance of the series was that they set up a huge world, like a playground for you to play in, and you could try out different things. You could go any direction you wanted to.
The Legend of Zelda series is growing up with the game industry. It's amazing to think that the original 8-bit Zelda game has grown into the latest masterpiece, The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker.
Both the Zelda and Doom series are spectacular, but only one can be the greatest show on Earth. Our judges labored when it came to awarding the #1 spot, but the greatest game of all time is Dig Dug.
Ow.
Burger Time.
Stop.
Duck Hunt.
No.
Come on. Solitaire.
No.
Minesweeper. Okay, fine.
Cut.
All right, hold on. No, wait. I know. It's Zaxxon.
Security.
The Legend of Zelda. Well, I sincerely hope you enjoyed our journey through the top 100 games of all time. But remember, the opinions reflected on these shows are just that, opinions, okay? Okay? Ease up.